Hi, and welcome to our garden, just outside Winslow on a chilly April morning. Obviously with what's going on at the moment, grow your own seems a perfect escape, a good reason to actually produce some of our own food to keep us going through the summer months. And if you've got access to some seed, then now is a great time to get a lot of the beans planted. And of course, there's so many different types of beans. You've got the likes of broad bean, which are totally hardy, so you can sow those straight into the garden now if you haven't already done them. Perfectly good to do those. And then you've got the likes of dwarf French beans, and of course there's different forms of dwarf French beans, some of these more unusual continental varieties, and my personal favourite, of course, runner beans. And of course runner beans are probably the most prolific crop you can grow in the garden, perhaps after potatoes and tomatoes, so more of a reason to actually grow them. So how do you do that? What's the secret ingredient? Well, there isn't really. You just need a bit of compost, you need a warm windowsill, or if you've got a greenhouse or a porch or a conservatory, somewhere warm and light to get these plants going. They are frost tender, so with these beans you can't really plant them straight out just yet, so let's use the time we've got indoors to get these coached and grow. So what I would do is just get literally, if you're growing them in pots, literally, oops, there we go, probably 3 seeds to a pot, and literally with a pen or a dibber, just make a little hole, drop them in. I always like to plant the beans on the side if I can. I don't know, it's just one of those things, they seem to germinate better. Whether it's folklore, I'm not too sure, but I always tend to do that. So that's just a pot, give that a really good water, and again, if you've got a propagator, you can put it in a propagator, it's not necessary, or even a plastic bag over the top. If you're going to grow quite a lot, then maybe invest in some, or if you've got some trays in the greenhouse that you can use. And with these, you would just literally place 1 bean per cell. And of course, again, plant those on their edge, little hole there, drop them in. Very easy. Get the kids to get involved in this as well. You know, make it a nice little project for one morning. And they will then need watering. The lights and the warmth should get the plants germinating probably within about 7 to 10 days. As soon as they're through, the most important thing is to actually keep them quite cool and light. You don't really want these plants to stretch too much, which you can do if it's too warm. So make sure they get a nice sunny windowsill. And then once we get towards the end of April, then we can start to acclimatise them for the outdoors. We call that hardening off, that's the gardener's term. And it means then you can then plant them outside, probably from middle of May onwards. You'll need to just watch the frost forecasts and protect them with a bit of fleece or newspaper if that's the case. So beans, definitely to get sown now. We're going to talk about a bit more sowings in the next week or so, but those are the key ones to get in over the next few weeks.